home plays a very important role between 0 to 6 years because that's the space where children spend most of their time in learning and development phase. Remember, whatever I'm going to speak is under the umbrella of learning and development and early brain development of the child. So, how and why is important to see what are we feeding children or what sort of environment children are surrounded with and what is our role as adults to support them by facilitating and equipping them with materials, resources, language and spaces. Let me tell you, children learn anyway, right? When they are learning by themselves, by the observation, by how they see, listening, it's called passive learning. But when children are interacting or exploring with their first-hand experience, say materials, any kind of material, people, you, stranger, other people, wherever they see people, and space where they move around. These are the three areas, I repeat, people, materials, and space. These are the three factors very important in early brain development of the child, wherein they sort of have their first-hand experience with it and they develop their understanding about that material and item and build in new information, right? When children are between 0 to 6 years, they learn through their senses. They want to explore everything using all of their senses. But we as adults provide them so many don'ts that we miss out on really making the space child-friendly and ensuring that we are able to equip them with certain richness of learning, like high quality learning experience, even when they're at home. The setting of the environment that I'm talking about is pretty much available at home, and certain things, of course, you keep adding to your space, which supports your child's development. Let us talk about environment and how do we say it is language rich. Now, here the context is only about language, so I'm going to pick items, materials, things, and research that backs this conversation. When you talk about language-rich environment, it doesn't just mean keeping the storybooks aside or keeping certain text and prints around, but it also plays a very important role to see how much are we interacting with children, how much time do you spend with them, how much they are listening to the vocabulary, words, language around them. It could be child's mother tongue or English language. We are here not talking about developing English, we're talking about developing language. Once the child is accessing the language skill, their language development is taking place, pick any language, they'll be able to do it faster. As you know, research says that children can learn up to 6 to 7 languages when they're young. So we have to understand that our limitations or the learning limitations are not from the child, but it is from adult's brain. Whereas the child is open, limitless, and the child wants to really explore everything that he or she can encounter. They really want to experience things around them. They have the level of curiosity which is higher. The adult's role here is to only provide them and facilitate them with certain materials, participating in their play, understanding where they're heading, and driving them through their developmental milestones. It is now a common knowledge that children learn by observing adults and listening to adults. So how about making it so rich and high quality and be conscious as parents or guardian that we do not let children consume things that may damage, harm, or impact their development, right? So everything that I'm talking from activities to strategies is something that you have to model out. That's the best way children learn, and that's the effective way children can really start practicing, which is why the home environment is very important. Children are anyway learning passively or actively, but active learning is quite effective and progressive, and it helps children to really touch upon their highest potential in such format. So whatever children see around, whatever they listen around is something that adds on to their knowledge and experience in early development.